We are not just making any hood, we're making a hood fit for a king!
So if you want a chance to win this here double-sided Viking hood, make sure to watch to the end. And I'll let you know what you have to do to get a chance to win this one. Oh, you're gonna love it. It's super nice.
Yes, you must kill and destroy all the awfulness.
Welcome back, fellow travelers and adventurers, to today's episode of We're Making Something Medieval. You might be asking yourself, what medieval historical creation are we gonna do today? Well, we are gonna make a sköldehamns hetta. For those of you who don't know what that is, it's actually the kind of hood I'm wearing right now. But you see, it's a very practical garment for larping, reenactment, whatever you want to do. There is a couple of different ways you can make them. Me, this one myself, it's I got it foddered, so I got wool on the outside, I got some linen fabric on the inside, and then I put the edges on with some yellow wool I had. But I'm gonna make a new one. It's super easy, super fast. If you don't have a sewing machine, you can do it by hand, and you will have it done in a day. It's literally how easy it is if you make the most basic version of it. Me, I'm gonna use my old trusty Bernina sewing machine, and I'm gonna make a little bit more an advanced version of this hood. I'm gonna make it, I think, a little bit smaller than this one. Maybe like this on both sides, or maybe the same size. I'll see when I get to measure up the textile pieces I got, because I got some material here at home. So we're gonna slap that together. I'm gonna tell you how to do it and some tips, something that's worth to think about when you make one of these. So this here is my box of random textiles. Let's see what we got inside. I have an idea what I want to do. This here white wool, it's the same material that I have on the red one over here. I bought it on a Swedish website that sells a little like historical fabrics. I'll put a link in the description of this video if you want to check out what they have. They have a lot of good stuff, especially when it comes to materials for making LARPing clothes and clothes for historical reenactment. So I think you should check it out. You might find something interesting. And I'm gonna make a foddered hood as well. So it's gonna be 2 layers, and I'm gonna make it so that you can flip it inside out and have another color on the inside. So I'm gonna do, let's say, white for the outside, and this. Oh, by the way, this material here is called vadmal. It's very nice, very warm. And then for the fodder or the other material, I'll use this here. This is blue velvet made out of cotton, and it's gonna give it a nice soft feeling on the inside. Or you could flip it out and have the nice blue velvet on the outside to make it look real fancy. And then we'll make some garnish on the edges of the hood, of course, like I have on like here, because I really think it looks nice. That's the materials. One caveat I have when it comes to the choice of materials: if you are planning to use this hood in a reenacting setting where you're gonna be outside or close to any fire whatsoever, I would suggest that you make the hood in natural materials. Cotton, linen, wool, or something like that, because if you ever melted the plastic sometimes, you know it melts and you'll get really bad burn marks. So try to not keep textiles with plastic out of any medieval reenactment clothing you're making if you're gonna be outside close to campfires, because melted plastic on your skin, it's bad. It's very bad. So that's just a tip. Natural materials is to prefer, even though you can make it out whatever you want. So let me show you the pattern we're gonna work with. So here is the lovely pattern I have drawn up for you. It's very, very basic. It's basically one of the simplest starter level LARPer reenactment clothing items that you can make yourself. It's one rectangle, it's 2 rectangles and 2 squares that you sew together in a particular way to make this hood. The textile squares I'll be using, they're gonna be 40 times 40 centimeters and respective 40 times 80 centimeters. So I'm gonna make each in white and then 2 of each in blue. So basically making the hood 2 times, and then we're attaching them to each other so we get an inside and outside. Excellent. This is gonna be a little bit oversized hood, not as big as the one that I'm wearing right now, but it's gonna be on the larger side. And of course, when you make the hood a little bit larger, as you see here, it goes down there on the shoulder. It gives you really good weather protection, especially if you're using like a real wool fabric, because it protects you a little bit against water and it keeps you warm even if it's wet. And if it's a little bit larger hood, you get this nice, this nice hang. And I think that looks quite good. If you have a smaller hole, tighter hood, you know, you get more this kind of look. It's better for weather, you know, to have a smaller hole, but it looks a little bit more constrained around your face. Me, I prefer it when it's like baggy and saggy like this. I just think it looks better. And a measurement for tips, if you want to make one that fits you really well, that's not too large, just like a medium-sized one. I have one like this too as well. I know this is just a pro tip. I didn't read this anywhere, I came up with it myself. But one good measurement is if you hold your hand like this on the top of your head, you put up something to measurement. Let's see, I'm holding it the right way. You want to take the measurement from the top of your head down to like here, the bottom of your throat. Right underneath your Adam's apple if you have one. About something like that. So let's see, it's there, something to here. It's about 30 and 5 centimeters. So about 35, then you'll get at least the hood that fits you.
And geothermal chemicals as the input. It's been defined by a combination of several factors. Essentially, a layer of ice on itself.
There we go. Now we have cut out our textile pieces that we're gonna use for the hood. So we got our rectangular ones over here. Very nice. 40 times 80 centimeters. Then I ran into a little bit of material shortage, so I had to make this ones, the squares, a little bit smaller, so they are 35 by 35 centimeters. But we'll make it work. So far so good. What we're gonna do now, we're gonna put it in our little sewing machine here, and we're gonna start with sewing the top together. So choose one side of the short ones on your rectangular pieces and sew them together. Let's do that. You can use needles if you feel you need that, but I think I'll be fine. There we go. Now we have sewn the top together. It's over here, up in this corner right here. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna attach the squares. So since we have the top done, we know which side is up. And then what you do is you take your little square of fabric, you fold it into a triangle, like so. There you go. Now you got two triangles like that. Now we gotta attach them to the main piece. And there you're gonna go, you have the top over here. You're gonna do it like so. Then you take the triangle, you put one over here. Just like that. Well, you get the concept at least. So, what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna take my pin needles that I got over here, and I'm gonna start needling this side up here and back side. Then I'm gonna sew that. Would you in the way? And I'll show you how it looks once we've got that. I think I might do both sides. And then we'll do the same thing to the blue one. I attached the square here like so, you can see. And when I had attached the square, I sewed the back up. So this is not now our back piece. Let me do a quick test here. You throw this over, like that. And you can see in the back, yeah, it's starting to come together, like so. Now all we gotta do is take the same square we made into a triangle and attach it to the front here and leave this side open. Dom pacem nomine. Bam! Welcome back! Damn! So, as you can see, it's pretty much done. Depending on the level of your ambition. If you just want to make a plain simple hood, you would be ready by now. As you can see, it actually looks pretty nice. It's got a good size. The back's over here like that. Then the hood part coming up like this over your head. It actually looks really fucking nice and white. It looks a little bit Assassin's Creedy almost. But yeah, look at that. Isn't that a beautiful thing? But we're not just making... We are not just making any hood. We're making a hood fit for a king. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna do the same process to the blue velvet I have. And once I've done that, I'm gonna attach it to this. And then I'll show you how it looks. So let me do that and I'll be right back to you. And then I will get into the small finishing touches that's gonna make it look like some kind of lordly hood. Or something that feels more substantial. I like when my clothes have a little bit of weight to them, you know? An icy need is an ice indeed. Look at this. I have the velvet side out now. Blue outside, blue velvet outside, white wall inside. Looks pretty nice. Let's flip it inside out. And there we go. Nice, comfy blue velvety on the inside. It's nice and smooth, and the white side out. This you could keep it at this if you wanted to, but we're gonna take it up one more notch. I was sewing on some nice boards, thick, double folded wool fabric here to give it a nice thick edge, and I have sewed this on by hand because it gives it a nice little finish. You can see the hand stitching. Let's do that, and then I'll let you know how you go about getting a chance to win this one here. I'm actually feeling a bit sad. I might have to give it away. So let's get to the finishing touches. I might use some yellow. We'll see what we'll do. So I cut out some strips of the yellow wool fabric. It's about 10 centimeters in width. I don't know, I don't really measure it. I just eyeball it and then measure it after the fact. And this 3 strips should be more than enough to cover all the edges. And what I do is I fold this one halfway into the middle. Then I fold this one halfway into the middle like this. You can even leave it a little bit like that. And then you fold it over the edge of the fabric, like so. And then you go all the way around. We'll do a time lapse of me doing that. I think that's probably gonna take about an hour and a half, maybe. We'll see. And then we'll see the final result of our lordly, kingly sköldehamns hetta that's gonna be looking fucking amazing. So, be right back. Well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen, adventurers and fellow explorers. There we go, it's all done. The double-sided Viking hood. I have to say, I am very happy with the result. It turned out, sorry, immediate ear scratched, I get a salt. But yeah, it turned out really, really good. I am super happy with the result. So right now I have the blue velvet side out. Makes you look very nice, a little bit lordly, like you come from a nice family. So it's very nice. With the hood up, it looks like this. From the side. From other side. Bam! Imagine that you're sitting in your local meat hall, you and your buddies, drinking some nice tasty Christmas mead, impressing the shield maidens with your fancy Viking hood. And then you and your buddies, you decide that, now when we're all good and drunk, we're gonna go out and do some raiding along the highway. What do you do then? It's wintertime in Scandinavia, this time of year, and you gotta blend in. You can't walk around in the middle of the snow in a blue hood. They're gonna see you, of course. So what you do is you take the hood off, put your hand in the back here, you poke in the top, you grab it with your fingers on the inside, and then you flip the hood inside out. Bam! Like this. Put it back on, and bam! Now you have a white winter hood for blending into the terrain. And yeah, it looks great both ways. So the way I saw it together was so all the seams from here are on the middle side, so to speak. And it turned out really well. This one from the side, this one from the other side. Very nice looking hood. You should definitely make one if you're looking to go out adventuring. Definitely. So what else can I say? Super easy project. This is making one of these hoods, as you saw earlier in the video. Making just a single-sided one is probably one of the most basic and easiest items you can sew yourself for a LARP or a medieval reenactment event. It's very, very easy. All in all, to make this, it took me about 5.5 hours. But then remember, I had to film it as well, so I could probably cut it down to 3-4 hours if I was just gonna make the hood. One thing that also took a little bit extra time, it was finishing off the edges. I always like to sew on all the edge detailing on clothes I make by hand to give you that little bit more handmade look. It like kind of pulls the fabric together and gives a little bit of waviness to it, and it makes it look just that much better. Let's switch back to the blue side. Bam! Super nice. Really happy with it. So now, I was talking about giving this one away. I really want to give it to somebody who who is a reenactor or LARPer that want to go out on some event and look really nice. Of course, since you're wearing it. This is like medieval Gucci, medieval Versace. This is what this is. Super nice. The medieval Versace. Anyhow, so if you want to have a chance to win this beautiful item, there are gonna be some conditions attached to this, of course. I want this video to get out there so more people can see it. So hopefully one day I can make a little bit of money and make more stuff that I can give away to you guys. But for that, I'm gonna need some likes. So I'm gonna say if this video hits about, let's make it an achievable goal, because I really want somebody else to enjoy this. So let's say 500 likes. If I get 500 likes in this video, I will give away this hood. I'll take care of shipping. It can't be that expensive to ship this hood halfway around the world.
Leave a like and a comment. Tell me what kind of a quest or mission you're gonna use it for, and I'll pick the best one. It's look very nice.
Excellent! Of course, you can wear this every day if you want to go out in the town if you live in a colder climate. It's very casual, as you see. I was wearing it today out in the town with my jacket and stuff. Blue side out, of course, to brag. If there is any kind of historical garment, medieval, Viking age, whatever, that you would like to know how to make it, also leave a comment in the section below, and I'll see if I get to it. Me, myself, I really want to make, if you know about the Carolingians, the Swedish soldiers from the 1700s. They had really nice looking uniforms, and I'm gonna make one of those one day, when I gather all the material together, of course. And we're gonna make, there's upcoming videos in the future where I'm gonna make the basic medieval clothing, hoses, the circs, the shirts, the hats, everything. So you can get, so next time you go to your local LARPing event or Renaissance fair, you look like a pro. Even though you might look like a peasant pro, it's better having a nice looking peasant outfit than look like a shit lord. Let me tell you that. That's my opinion. Anyhow, yeah, thank you for watching. I hope this episode was enjoyable for you to watch and that it gave you some inspiration to make some nice garments. And that's great. Let's see, anything else I was gonna say? I don't think so. Yeah. So, my fellow adventurers, until next time I see you, Pax Vobiscum.